G'day all, welcome back to the workbench. Now my apologies on the quality here, but my normal camera has decided to have a flat battery. So now I had to resort to use my little webcam. And I'm hoping this thing is coming through loud and clear. Without further ado, we're working on converting. It's been so long, so everyone's probably forgotten. The Airfix seeking helicopter into the Royal Australian Navy version. So, it's been so long that I've forgotten what I've had to do to it, and I've been plugging away with it for a while. I've got a few photos running around. It's actually on the other camera of what I've been doing before now. To give you a bit of a idea, we've buttoned up the fuselage. I think this is more due to my design fault more than anything. But you can just see here, this little step. I think that's because of the way I designed that bulkhead in there. So, I'm going to have to somehow fix that up. What else have I done? In the inside, I have cut out some various sizes. I'm trying to get this in the camera shot, and it's not going to work too well there. You can just make it out on the console there. Cut out a whole heap of different sizes of round flush truck, or evergreen, sorry. Put them on, painted it black, dry brushed it in a grey, and quickly, and I do so quickly and crudely at that, painted the control sticks and control columns and all the other stuff that's in the front there. And I'm just noticing I have to go back and fix them up properly. I've painted the red cross marking on the first aid kit there and done a bad job with that. So that's going to have to be fixed up again. I have constructed and glued internally. Now that's supposed to be some sort of yellow canvas bag, and there is a green trunk there in the corner. That's all I've got photos of. The canvas bag is basically epoxy putty mixed, made up. The handles is stretch sprue, painted white, and super glued together and super glued on. You probably can't see it too well. Maybe, maybe not. The bottom of the bag there is a little bit of flakiness. That's from the super glue. Is that everything was still a bit too wet when I glued it all together. I've also glued some wire around the door there. You can just make it out. The two handle looking things here and here are some sort of tubing that I've seen on the reference photos, and the two at the top are framing. Glued together okay, and I started working on the engine. Before I talk about the engine, I was thinking about opening up a few areas like this avionics bay here, having that open so you could see inside it. I might yet, I don't know. However though, I should have also opened up one of these engine access ports here or here to show some engine detail. Kind of looks a bit silly having that open and nothing else, so I don't think I will. I think I'll just put glue that in place and leave it. Okay, the air inducts for the engine. As you can see, there's a bit of putty, epoxy putty. I've had to put that there because there was a height difference in the framing this side was slightly lower than the other side, so I have to fix it up. Oops. And as you can see now, there is some nice fit problems here. Even without my UV handiwork, there's no way you could get this to go together smoothly and easily. As you can see, I've just been doing some very bad hacking to make this part fit in, and it's not fitting in too well. I'm looking at probably cutting this part here down even further to give myself a bit more profile, so I can lower the front, because at present the side profile for the air and duct shows that they're sticking up. But I'll double check my reference photos before I go much further with that. The air and duct, the Mk50s, has a wire, some sort of filter box here. Now this is basically, one, two, three, about 4 pieces to this, or 5 pieces, 6 pieces put together here. As you can see, I've cut open the top already. My intention is to use some Edward 4x4 mesh, and we're not talking about the 4-wheel drive. This is square mesh. It's fine. It's probably a bit oversized for the scale, the 72nd scale that I'm doing here, but it's going to be the best size I can get. And I'm going to fill in these areas. So I'm slowly cutting them out. Going to put some plastic card in there, or some sort of green evergreen or something like that to back the wire mesh before I stick it in. So that's going to be improved. That's going on the front here somehow. I'll give you an idea. That goes there. Alright, so that's going together. I'm really focusing on this part of the project at present. I have decided to amble over to another part of the project, working a bit more on the cockpit. This is the canopy framing. That's just plush truck stuck in there, glued together. Round plush truck glued on there for the overhead lights, and that is actually the wire from Cat5 cable that you see there, that I twisted around a piece of solid core wire, and the idea is she'll be sitting here somehow. The canopy is another reason why I'm having to work on this forward section here a bit further, because it creates a step. If you can see it, creates a step right there, and I need to fix that up a bit. So what I'm using to fix that up is nice little grinding tool I picked up off eBay. Not bad, $14 off eBay. Takes AA batteries, and the bit here, you get about 5 different tips in the kit, but the the chuck in there will take most of your Dremel tools. So I also use a Dremel grinding bit on this now. What else can I do here? That's about all I'm up to at present. I've got some fit problems to do with the moulding of the canopy. I'm going to have to put some, there's one side here where the canopy creates a little depression. So somehow I'm going to get some sprue in there to stretch it out. Or is it that's causing it? Or maybe I can... I think that's causing it. This has got some lugs on this corner here. I've hacked them off a bit, and it looks like I need to take them a bit further. Actually, that looks a bit better. Oh, I just repositioned it as I'm talking to you. Yeah, it looks a bit better now, so I might do something else with it yet. I don't know. Yes, this is going to need some work. The cockpit needs some definite work. So, that's about it for me rambling on. I am going to do some more work on this. The goal here is to get this done before March. It's now January. So the next couple of months I have to have this all completed. So, thanks for listening, and I'll catch you shortly. Okay, just a bit of a short update. I've been trying to dry fit the engine cover, the canopy, and the air filter, and oops, what I found is the alignment here is not exactly straight. If I was to fit it straight, as you can see, it's slightly off center to the canopy. So I've had to shave down the canopy even further, not the canopy, the engine cover even further, in order to, that was sitting earlier, in order to get the air filter and engine and everything else lined up nicely. It's probably about as good as I'm going to get it, I think. So now I have to find a way to glue that in spot and then mold everything in place. So I don't know if you can see that behind my finger there. As you can see, the gaps in this thing is starting to get pretty nasty. So there's no way this would go together nicely as a straight build. Anybody working on this, you're going to do some serious surgery to make everything fit. I'll give you an example here. Here's the front of the helicopter. As you see, there's some nice big holes, and that's not me doing it either. Right there, right on top, that one on top. Some serious surgery required. So, word of warning, you need to do some serious surgery. Alright, I'm going to get back to bashing this thing together. A few minutes later, and some super glue has just been applied, and I hope I got that right now. As you can see now, the gaps are a bit more, get the light out of the road, a bit more defined. And not only gaps, but I've got depression on this side I've got to now fill up. So this is a challenge and a bit. What I'm going to laugh at though, one, I lost the instructions, but what I'm really laughing at is you can just make out here, and one on the opposite side as well, there appears to be some locator holes for something, and I suspect it's for these feet here, and they don't line up. So yeah, it's very interesting to see. Anyway, that was the update. So now on to filling and sanding. This is going to be fun. Back to